Welcome back. Hopefully you did not go far. We are joined here with Alex Puccio. As of right now, you are standing on the top. I have been told that the scores are pretty solid, that's where it's going to stand. So it looks like you are once again the Dark Horse champion.
I mean, I was a little bit surprised. I think every of these stops that I've done in the the USA climbing.
NCS?
Yes. Sorry, that's the NCS. That's way easier than what I was going to say. I've won by attempts.
It's come down to that for almost all of them, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think the last one I won by a lot of attempts, and this one I think I won by, I don't know, it was 64.7, and the second place was 64, so I don't really know what that even means. And I didn't flash to my high points. I don't know, they were hard. I think they underestimated how hot it was going to be. It was hard to breathe. That was the only thing. And for anyone wondering, I feel pretty good. The hardest part was that I haven't climbed since last Saturday. I've been sitting on my couch eating and hanging out with my dog. So climbing 2 days after not climbing for 6 days was pretty tough. But other than that, I sound worse than I actually feel. So.
Anybody who wasn't on Puccio Watch for the last week, last Saturday, just a few days after the dynamic competition, you came down with some severe flu-like symptoms, high temperature.
No, I didn't have a temperature.
You didn't have a temperature.
That's the only thing I didn't have. I went to the doctor and they said you just have a really bad virus. I just went to bed Saturday night with my throat on fire. And then I woke up and my whole face hurts, my throat. It's an infection from, it's kind of like bronchitis. So I've been taking very heavily medicated cough syrup to go to bed every night so I don't keep myself or Joel awake. But yeah, I think I'm just coughing up everything. Hopefully it just is gone in a little while. I'm getting flashed by a guy.
That's nice of him.
He had good nipples.
It seemed like you had just enough in the tank to pull it off tonight. Again, it definitely came down to attempts. You had that one top. The only competitor that was able to top number 3 over here, the boulders looked really hard. Tell me a little bit about your expectations coming in. Dave, Josh, Garrett, and Chris Danielson were working on these climbs all week. The boulders looked good. They looked like a lot of fun. They just looked like they were a little bit too hard.
Yeah, it was weird. I think first of all having 4 minutes instead of 5, and no preview. So you have to take up a minute of your time previewing, and then you fall because the boulders are not short either, and they made them so they're kind of technical, and the first ones you got to go really slow. You could be on it almost your whole time, and then you fall and you have 30 seconds left. So I think that happened to a lot of competitors, and we all said the same thing. There's some moves that were a little too hard, and I talked to Garrett and Chris, and they said they didn't realize how hot it was going to be. I think, and Josh, Josh was yeah, it was hotter. When I was changing the boulders over for the men, he's it was real hot. I was sweating. So I think it didn't. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I don't think they accounted for that. And then there's just some stopper moves that I think if you had the 5 minutes, maybe they could have gone, or if it just wasn't, if we had a preview, then you wouldn't need to take a whole minute or minute and a half to look at it. So.
Yeah. Well, this is the last competition before you're going to be making your way to Salt Lake City back home. In 2 weeks, you have the USAC Open Bouldering Nationals.
Oh, yeah.
How are you feeling coming out of this competition? How are you feeling moving into Nationals? Do you like where you are? You're 8 for 8 on the season. None of them were very easy, but at the same time, 8 victories in 8 competitions.
You don't want it easy. It's weird for me, in qualifiers, you have less pressure, and I can at the red point rounds I get to climb harder boulders. I get to show my power and what my strengths are. And finals, majority of the time the boulders are not nearly as hard as the ones that I do in qualifiers at a red point round. But you have more pressure, you have less time, it's the first time you're seeing them, you're more tired, so anything can happen. Sorry. I'm trying to hold it in. But yeah, it's one of those things that this is the first time competing against Megan Mascarenas before Nationals. I know she definitely didn't have her best day today, and I know that today was not what she's made of, and fully is made of. And I don't, like, as a competitor, if I didn't have a great day, I wouldn't want anyone else thinking, oh man, that's her best right now.
No.
So I haven't talked to her, but I know she's not fully happy with what she did, and we all have our bad moments. So I'm not, thinking that Megan is not one of the top competitors, and like, I was nervous to actually compete against her in here, and especially being sick and like thinking I'm not at my top shape right now. But regardless, like, I know she's still amazing, and she just had a bad day, and I've had plenty of those to know that it can just be one day, one comp, and it doesn't matter. But the only other person I haven't competed against since, like, in the last comps is Ashima, and she's really strong too. But like I said, anyone can have a great day and anyone can have a bad day, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you made it out on top. You are now once again the Dark Horse champion, so congratulations to that. I won't keep you much longer. You sound like you're barely holding on.
I'm like holding it in.
So go out there. They're going to be announcing the winner soon. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, I'm out.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. Hopefully we'll be able to pull somebody else into the booth, but until then, just stand by.